1. How to be attacked by a vampire. A slayer must be combat ready at all hours of the day. The forces of black magic never falter. Neither do we. From the Enwoma, a collection of Abamofu teachings and histories passed down through the generations. Take it from me, a mom lecture is 1000% more terrifying when she's holding an axe. Again, this is a one-time thing, says Mom, as she dangles the throwing axe in front of my face. The weapon is nearly as long as my arm, with 3 razor-sharp points designed to inflict some serious damage when thrown correctly. One time, as in never happening again, ever. I nod along, too focused on the axe's curved blades to really hear her. I still can't believe she's letting me train with it. I've had my eye on this baby ever since we picked it up in a raid on some Ajay down in Memphis a few months ago. But every time I asked my parents if I could even touch it, all I got was a no or a no, but with hysterical laughter in response. But it's my birthday week, and it's a family tradition that the birthday person can have whatever they want for 7 days straight. Within reason. Dad's still salty that his request for all of us to binge The Crown last year got shot down. That's why, for the first and probably last time in my admittedly short life, my request to use the axe was actually accepted, and now here we are. Mom continues, if I ever see you near this thing without me or your father present, I will suspend your training indefinitely and confiscate your crossbows. All your crossbows. Do you hear me, Serwa? Yes, ma'am, I say, giving her a mock salute. I reach for the axe, but Mom suddenly swings it over her shoulder, not even flinching as one of the sharpened points comes dangerously close to leaving her earless and hacking off several inches from her shoulder length to a swab. Actually, the axe is too dangerous. A line forms between her eyebrows, and I fight back a groan. I know that face. That's her, will doing this make me the worst parent of the century face? Maybe we should start you off with something safer, like a throwing knife or a mace. Mom, you promised, I cried. My parents will have these random moments of overprotectiveness, as if our family's lifestyle wasn't dangerous enough with a capital D generations before any of us came along. Why did they spend all this time training me if they're going to act like I can't handle myself when it really counts? A loud chuckle cuts into our argument. Dad is knee-deep in his flower garden, his comically large sun hat pulled low over his brow. Bright pink begonia petals litter his dark brown skin as he digs up the tubers so he can store them before the autumn starts. Just to let her take one swing, Delilah, or we're never going to hear the end of it. I give Dad a mental high five as Mom narrows her eyes at him. The water of the lake laps gently near our feet, and I imagine how hilarious this whole situation would look to an outsider. A grown man and woman debating over letting their daughter handle a magically enhanced weapon while they all stand beside a lake so blue it looks ripped from a postcard. The line in Mom's brow deepens. Aquada boni, she mutters with a kiss of her teeth. This means troublesome child in Twi, our native language. We mostly speak English around one another ever since we've moved from Ghana when I was 5, but she'll slip into Twi whenever she feels any strong emotion, good or bad. Just when I'm sure Mom is going to say no again, she tosses the axe to me, handle first. I grab it at the last second. Carved into the side of the blade is a square filled with crisscrossing lines almost like a checkerboard. Mchimu, the Ndinkra of precision. The magic imbued in the symbol hums through the weapon, making it steadier and more likely to hit its target. Keep both hands on The handle and the top point straight, says Mom, and I readjust accordingly. Jimu will help you hit your target, but not if you aren't actually facing it. Ajay moves so fast, you're going to have to calculate your throw for where it's going to be, not where it is. As Mom kicks my feet apart to fix my stance, I close my eyes and imagine an Ajay. First is a firefly floating through the air like any other harmless bug, then a hulking insect-like monster with razor-sharp wings and blood dripping down its fangs. The vampire in my mind screams at me, and I mentally lop off its head with one swing, feeling a lot like Thor must have when he showed up in Wakanda to save all the other Avengers' butts. Oh yeah, this is definitely an upgrade for my janky old training axe. Out of the corner of my eye, I see Dad shaking his head. Girls and their weapons. He chuckles as he pulls out another begonia tuber and places it in a little bag. I stick out my tongue at him, and he sticks his out at me. My dad's been involved with the Abomorpho as long an organization that hunts Ajay and other creatures of black magic even longer than my mom. But though he knows his way around a battlefield, he's not a big fan of combat. He often jokes that if he had his way, he'd trade all his swords for knitting needles. Whenever he says that, Mom pretends to barf.